I was in a coaching call, and this person, he's actually been in my program for quite a long time, and they've transformed their sex life, and all kinds of things are going really well. But he's continued to participate in the calls, partly to help other people, which is fabulous, and partly because he continues to learn new things. And he actually came with a question this time. Should I tell my wife that I'm taking Viagra? Now, she knows he has a prescription. She's aware that there has been some ED. She's aware that the meds help. But what he's doing is guessing and not telling her when he has taken it. So he's trying to guess whether this is going to be a night that works well and they might have sex or not. Now, the good news for him is he has no negative side effects. There's no real cost to him besides the cost of the pill to take the meds and not have it turn into sex. It's not a problem. It's not uncomfortable. As I, reinforce with him, Viagra doesn't give you an erection. It helps you keep one. So if you don't do anything sexual, it's just in your system and it doesn't matter. So there's really no harm to him. He's not experiencing any downside to this at all. But he is aware that he's guessing and he's not talking to her about it. And sometimes he guesses right and sometimes he guesses wrong. So if he's right, then this opportunity emerges and he's able to get an erection and they can, do the full Monty, as he said. But if he's wrong and his wife is actually interested in sex or the opportunity emerges when he didn't anticipate it, then there's erection trouble and they do all kinds of other things. He is quite confident that she is satisfied and pleased and all this stuff. But he does have a feeling that maybe there's more she'd want that can't happen when he's not prepared by taking the meds. And he also did wonder out loud if, because he's not sharing this with her, is she personalizing this at all? Is she taking it personally? Is she confused about why sometimes he's got, an erection and sometimes he doesn't? Might she be starting to struggle with, am I doing something wrong or does he not find me attractive or something going on? So that's the question he brought to the coaching call. Now, I do have some thoughts about this. My first thing, I suggested that he consider is getting on a daily pill like Cialis instead, because there is something you can take daily that means you're more ready spontaneously on a moment's notice. You don't have to plan ahead for the 30 to 60 minutes that it takes Viagra to get into your system. So he could talk to his doctor about this and evaluate it and see if that's the route he wants to go. And I really encouraged him to talk to his wife. And, part of the reason he was guessing is he doesn't want to put any pressure on her. He doesn't want to create an expectation, that if he takes a pill, she's got to, it's got to turn into sex. He didn't want to put more pressure on frequency, any of it. Even though at this point his wife's a higher desire partner, he didn't want to do anything that leads to an expectation for sex. So I really encouraged him to lead with that, to tell her, I've been guessing, I've been taking the meds without telling you because I don't want to put pressure on you. The last thing I want to do is create an expectation that because I take a pill, I'm expecting sex. So he can make that clear. I also think it's important to make clear that you're not having any negative side effects at all from taking the pill and the sex doesn't happen. Because even if you don't have the expectation, it's possible, your partner might be thinking, oh, yeah, but you're going to be uncomfortable or you're going to pay with this headache or whatever it is. And that could add some pressure. So lead with the idea that none of this is about creating pressure. And maybe his wife would like to be involved in this conversation. Maybe she'd like to be part of the decision making and the looking ahead and the guessing, right? Or like, this is a good night or this is not a good night. Or maybe she'd like to be able to say to him, hey, why don't you take a pill? Because I'm thinking about sex. I think for a lot of partners, they would actually like to know that their partner's interested in sex. So if he were to say, hey, I'd like to take a pill tonight, that doesn't have to create an expectation, but that could be a really positive thing that she's hearing. He's got desire, he's got interest. A lot of people appreciate that from a partner, as long as it doesn't come as as an expectation or pressure. So I think there's so much value in him talking to her and just asking, do you want to be part of this conversation and this decision, or should I just keep doing it like I've been doing it? My guess is she's going to want to be involved, but I don't know, but at least give her that opportunity. So maybe your partner is different or your situation is different, but I do encourage people in general, talk to your partner about this in a way that doesn't increase pressure, but invites them in. So it could be a shared kind of process.